Hi everyone, I'm going to have a go at some super loose foxglove flowers today. So I'm on a 5x7 inch bit of paper, Saunders Waterford, a nice cotton paper. I am using 3 brushes, a round number 10, a round number 6 and a rigger size 2. My Cotman palette, which I'll pop a link in the description for, and we're going to go straight on with some water. So plenty of water, using my round number 10. Don't want puddles, I want a nice sheen, no dull bits on there. Cotton paper can take a bit more water than a wood pulp paper. If you're using a wood pulp paper, you just need to move quicker. So dip into my water, dip into my cerulean blue. So we're going to give it a nice little bit of a background sky. Doesn't have to be complicated when you're having a go and you're a beginner at loose. It's more about the speed of doing it. So a nice background there with the cerulean blue, nice and pale. Then I'm going to swap down to a number 6. I want to be loose, but I want to be in control. So I have got here Permanent Rose. I'm going for a sort of pinky purple foxglove, so it's more pink, and then I'm going to take in a tiny bit of ultramarine blue. It's a bit more sort of magenta, and then we're going to dab. So I'm going to get a nice big foxglove in round number 6. Dab, dab, dab. As we come down, we get bigger. I'm not too concerned about what the shape of the flowers look like at this stage. I'm just getting a background in. Then I'm going to pop in a few wiggles behind. So odds always work really nicely. So we're going to do some wiggles behind, and then we'll do a little one behind there as well. So I've got a nice base happening already. Rinse that off. I'm going to come into some sap green. So we're going to have a little bit of sap green towards the base of these. You do tend to get little bits of green showing through. So the trick is to dab and leave. Dab and leave. If you dab and mix and don't let the watercolour do its thing, that's when they all start to blend together. You see that? Dab, leave, dab, leave. It's about learning to trust that the watercolour can do the job for you. With loose, it's all about letting the eye fill the other stuff in. Your brain will fill in a lot of those gaps. Already it looks like foxgloves. Okay, I'm going to dry that one off. Okay, so that's nicely dry. So we're going to start to come on now with this purple colour. I'm just making sure I've got plenty. We're going to start to pull out the flowers, but we're only going to do this central one because these ones will just stand together as foxgloves anyway, so you don't need to worry. So I'm going to start to pull out some little bits of trumpets. I'm going to do a few, and I am in a way trusting that the paint has done something when I'm doing this. You probably have to watch this process to actually see it develop. So I've done a few. Get a damp brush, dab it off a little bit, and then I'm just going to start to create hard and soft edges. So that little bit of water should just blend these together nicely. So we'll do a few more. You can do one at a time. You don't have to do all this in one go. Do them one at a time if you want. Just speeding up a little bit really. Rinse my brush off, dab in the water, softening either side. You're just making like a trumpet shape at this stage. Not doing everything in one go, just making that trumpet shape. You just want to make sure that they're fairly evenly distributed either side. You don't have to eliminate all of the softness there. Let's just get a damp brush on that bit. Okay, so I'm going to come into the green a little bit now. Just bring in a little bit more of the green. That's coming up. Put in some top, I don't even know what these are called. This is when you're an artist and you're a teacher and you have to think, you don't know what all these names are, but the top greeny bit of the plant is what I'm trying to do now. These little buddy bits, and then just bringing some of this through where you're seeing these extra bits. You can always use a bit of a reference photo if you want to. It's useful at points. I've got something up on an old phone here that I'm just referring to as I'm doing it. It's not that exciting, but I can show you. Look, I'm just sort of referring to that at the same time so that I don't go drastically wrong. I've got loads of foxgloves in the garden. They're just coming out now. One of my favourites. So I'm just now popping in a few more buddy bits at the top. Take in a tiny bit, not too much of the yellow at the same time. That's too much. So I'm just going to drop in a tiny bit of the yellow because they're a little bit warmer at the top. Let's just bring in those together. Brush a bit of a rinse. Okay, I'm going to dry that off and then I'll come and do a few centres. Okay, so that's nicely dry. So what we're going to start to do is create some little bits of centres. So you can either go a little bit lighter or a little bit darker. Darker tends to work quite well for shadow, so I've added in a little bit of a bit more of the blue basically. And then what I'm starting to do is create the top of the trumpet. So you can see how I'm doing this. I'm doing a little bit of an arch. Don't do too many in one go because you don't want them to dry. When you're doing this at the beginning, start with just one, and then I'm going to wet underneath basically with a wet brush and just let the watercolour do its thing. You can go all the way round on some of them. It actually works better not to go all the way around though, because then you end up with looking like you've got an outline. So if you do one side and then trust the process. Just making sure that I've gone wide enough on some of these. You see that coming together? So you can actually come over the ones you've done. You don't have to leave them coming to the end that you made. The beauty of layering with watercolour is you can layer this up. What I'm going to do as well is just dab in with a little bit of neat blue. So this is the ultramarine blue, just to get a bit of a difference in that centre. So just dabbing. The ones that are further up are budding, so they're not out yet. Okay, then I'm going to twizzle round. It's a nifty trick now. And then I'm going to run the damp paintbrush up. And that's going to pull the paint into the trumpet and connect them together. So that they don't look like they're disjointed. Also helps to create a little bit of shadow. And you see how that's working? Just looking at balance now. I'm thinking, do I need any more in anywhere? It's quite nice that I've got a bit of softness. I'm going to pop in a couple here. You don't even actually need to see too much of what's happening. You can have ones that are just behind. So I'm just dabbing in. It just feels like it needs a little bit more to level it out. And add a little bit more to this one. So you can just play around with it really. Just making it a little bit fuller in places. Have a little bit of something here. A little bit there. If anything looks like you've got a big space, just dab a bit of the paint in behind. I still feel like I want to make those centres just a little bit darker, just in places. So I'm going to take a little bit of the blue and a tiny bit of the ivory black into it. Just still whilst it's damp, just dab it in places. Just choose a top edge to dab to. It's just giving it that little bit more oomph. Okay, I'll dry that one off. And then what's also really nice is if you just dash in a few bits of different colour. So this is the rose. So I'm just loading my brush up. Just dashing that through. So this all adds to the looseness. Just makes it not look so flat. It's just playing with paint, and the more you do this, the more confident you'll become with what you're doing. Take a little bit of the cerulean blue in places as well. So I don't want you to be nervous of trying these things. That's why I go small. Small bit of paper makes you less nervous. If you do something you think, oh, that looks terrible, just damp brush, lift off. So that's just a damp brush, lift off. That bit's a bit blue, too blobby there. I don't like that. But I like the blue on the green. Okay. There we go. So you've got a beautiful, simple but very loose foxglove. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like, subscribe and share. I'll pop a playlist here and another video here, and I shall see you next time. Bye.